Hello, welcome to Getting to Know You, residents and staff here at Stonebridge. I'm Ingrid Reed and I've been your host, and Jack McFarland is the videographer. And today we're doing a tour around Stonebridge, looking at how festive it is and how much the residents contributed as well as the staff. And we've all seen the wonderful tree here that greets us, the menorah over here. And as we do this program, we're going to be experimenting with making different stops and introducing you to some other people who have played a role in making this such a wonderful place to be at the holidays. And today we realized we had a gift that we could add to this festive time, and that is the beautiful snowfall. So watch for some very special pictures we were able to take and include in this program, because we postponed it for a day as we got ready for a new pandemic response here at Stonebridge. So we will be going on our tour and talking to you as we stop from place to place. Well, welcome to the clinic. I think many people have walked by here and watched what's happening at this little display area from season to season. We want to thank Bernice, who arranges those, and here's of course the one for the holiday season. And the friendly faces of the little snowmen that are here are certainly similar to the friendly faces that we all have greeting us here at the clinic. But it's fun to see what she thinks of and makes up and collects and all puts together in a nice little montage. So thank you, Bernice, who is off today, but she has confessed that yes, she is the one that arranges these lovely little exhibits. So it adds to the festivities for the holidays. Welcome to the 3D corridor, and where we who live here, I happen to be one, and Joy Suzuki is my neighbor across the way and is responsible for this beautiful display of Christmas cheer in a way, and during the year she surprises us with other things from her collection. So Joy, I was wondering, not everybody at Stonebridge knows about how many things you display here, but this particularly, and I was wondering if you could sort of give us a little background. You and your husband are from Japan, or how do you characterize yourself?
Actually, I was born in the States, but taken to Japan, Tokyo, before World War II. So I spent all the World War II years in Tokyo. My husband, Toshio, he is born and raised in Tokyo, his education, until he graduated Tokyo University. It's all been in Tokyo, and then he came to go to graduate school.
So you both have good memories of traditions through your childhood before coming here, and now you share them with us. So can you tell us something about these so colorful decorations that are so festive, that sort of remind us of many of the things that we see customary at Christmas?
These are balls. They're referred to as handballs, but traditionally, before the machine age, when people did so much sewing, the leftover thread was made into the balls of all different colors of the thread, and children, girls, played with these balls. And there are a few that my mother had a friend embroider for the New Year tradition in Japan. The New Year symbol is pine, bamboo, and plum. So this is pine. And here's this is typical American bamboo. You see the bamboo leaves? And this would be the plum blossom. Plum blossoms have 5 petals. You don't mistake with the cherry blossom.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, maybe we can Jock can maybe get a little closer, we can pick one up and show him later. But,
certainly, or we could, I had to put it away covered, and then.
Yeah, we have to be careful because, as you said, this is not painted, this is all embroidered, stitched, and,
Right.
and it's like a quilt, basically.
Sort of, well,
right?
perhaps later.
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
And, well, I did want to tell, these, if you
The
look
larger
closely,
ones.
it's, what is it? The very light wood that the sandals are made of. Well, anyway, it's wooden ball is underneath, and it's covered with a silken, silk.
Fabric, yeah.
Yes.
And
And the story with my best friend in Tokyo, her mother-in-law happened to be the Empress's cousin, not the current.
Yeah, the previous one.
Yeah, the previous. And she used to go to the palace to play with her cousin, and her cousin, the Empress, made dolls with this type of work, which is based on wood. You use glue, but the material is cut so that the glue is used only in the grooves, not underneath, because that gives it a flat look, so that it has a soft look. So to practice, they practice the ball. But as you might imagine, the Empress doesn't go to the store to buy it. Hers are woven. She had it woven. So when her cousin, who would be my friend, went to play, there were lots of leftover pieces.
Oh.
So she used the leftover scraps, actually, of the silk brocade to make these dolls. She thought they would be appropriate for American-style Christmas decoration.
Well, they are. And of course, anybody is welcome to come up here to this corridor. We don't get visitors very often,
so
but they can come and look at them very closely.
If I'd heard the story correctly, you won't find the same brocade anyplace.
Yeah.
These are based on wood. I used to have, when my children were little, a large, Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Then I had these as the ornament.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're just so lovely here and so festive. And it's a joy, as it says joy there.
A little Christmassy.
Yeah, to see that. Before we go, can you tell us a little about this big ball? That is so amazing.
Well, this would be sort of festive, not particularly Christmas, but festive occasion. Hang it, so you would hang it.
And is that all stitched as well, or this is glued? I guess it is. Is it?
I think it's stitched.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it's pulled, from spot to spot, and of course this now is 50, 60 years old.
If it belongs to us and we have it from our childhood, it's 50 or 60 years old. That's sort of what's fun.
I think so. But now, these you might recognize. Robin, I think they're left over from the decorations used here.
Oh, okay.
She let me have these.
Well, they work perfectly. And a little secret behind me, the door here, is the closet where they store the Christmas decorations.
Oh, that's right. I saw people there.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Joy, for introducing us to these wonderful Japanese handiwork and how wonderful the colors and the shapes are, and the artistic sort of quilting, actually, in a way, that is on these balls, and they're all here for people to come and take a look at. But they can't touch them. There's a nice plastic cover, so they won't get. But thank you so much for explaining it to us and giving us a sense of how much joy it's been to you.
This is from Robin.
So that's from Robin too? Okay, all right. So we have a little contribution from Stonebridge to complement the Japanese crafts here. That's really great. Thank you so much. Hello, we're now on the west side, as you may recognize, in the corridor that takes you up to the front part of the clubhouse. And I'm here with Nancy Fleischer. And I want to thank Nancy, before I say anything else, for making it possible for this corridor to have something interesting in the windows to the greenhouse.
Okay.
And Nancy tells me that she's been doing it for a while.
I have.
And so we're going to look at two windows, because there are two windows. And the first one is a sleigh with a Happy Hanukkah and gifts on the sleigh, as you can see. And so you had to put all of this together, Nancy. Tell us a little bit about doing something like
All
this.
right, well, I had this wagon on my porch.
Oh, it's not a sleigh, but it could be.
Yeah, it could be a
yeah.
sleigh. And I thought, oh gee, that's blue. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll fill it with Christmas presents and put it in the window. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. I could do blue and silver, and we'll have something for Hanukkah this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how that came about.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then you collect all of the, it's like a collage, you collect all of the pieces.
Yes, yes.
And, or what do you call that, an installation in the artistic sense.
Yeah,
so,
okay, yeah.
And so there are these packages, and they're all in different colors, and the lovely snow on the ground
Yes,
to match what we have outside.
yes,
And so,
true,
so what is
true.
your background? Is this just fun for you,
Well,
or did you teach this?
I had
or-
a craft business for quite
Oh,
a
you
while.
did? Oh, okay.
So this is kind of more crafty, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I also did
Mhm.
flower arranging and
Mhm.
things like that, so. And of course, I had a lot of greenhouse background because I was in a garden club
Okay.
for a long time.
So when the greenhouse was up and running, you were part of that as well?
Uh,
With the greenhouse committee at one point?
I am on the greenhouse committee.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I volunteered to do the windows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's really
Yeah.
great, and I wanted to call people's attention to them because if you are out and about after 4 o'clock, it gets dark. You
Yes.
probably don't notice on your way to dinner or.
True.
And so it's great to have you on, getting to know you, so we can alert people to,
Okay.
in this week when maybe there isn't too much else going on, to
True.
come over here and take a walk.
Good.
All right,
Yes,
well,
I wish they would.
Let's go to the next window.
All
Because
right.
Nancy, here we are in front of the second window that you did for this season. And as we were waiting to have the camera adjusted, I asked you if you could eat these, and you said 2 of them. And so then Jock quickly counted, and he said, there are 6 things there, and if you were a beaver, you could eat all 6 of them. But I think the real point is that they're really so attractive, and each one is unique. Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay. The bigger gingerbread I made last year with my granddaughter.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, well, let's see if they survive the summer, which it did. And
Candy and everything, huh?
it did.
Wow.
I was fortunate that I don't have mice in my closet.
We're all fortunate.
Right, right. So I asked what happened to her gingerbread, and she said, we ate it. Well, all right.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I
so,
think so too. And then this year I made the smaller one
Uh-huh.
with the Oreo cookies on
Uh-huh.
on top.
I didn't even know you could get them in that small size.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice, yeah. And the little gingerbread man, is that a,
It's really an ornament.
it is?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's like stuffed,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Right.
yeah.
And
And then the middle one
the
here,
middle one is the don't eat that.
Uh-huh.
That's the fake one.
okay. But it's also clever, and it fits in nicely in scale.
Yes.
And so
yeah.
what about the big gingerbread?
So the big gingerbread,
man?
I found him in the trash room.
Did you?
Yeah. So if anybody recognizes it, I've recycled it,
Okay.
which is good.
Right, yeah. Well, it looks like it might be a craft, like if you had a cardboard, like container or something
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
And then the arms seem to be stuffed.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. I really think it's for a bottle of wine.
Oh, that could be,
Yeah, because it had a bottom to it,
Uh-huh.
which was missing.
Right.
But so, well, I thought, oh,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
put it in the window.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing that and for doing this, and I hope people come by and
I
look at
do
it.
too. I like
Because it's
to.
not lit up very much at night, so you have to
No.
come during the day. And we put
Right.
up the shade here.
Right. Right. And I try and change it every month.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, we'll be alert now.
take a walk
Yeah,
over.
right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for making our holidays cheerier.
Yes. Oh,
and,
thank you.
And I hope people come by and look at your two creations.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
As we walked Nancy Fleischer to her door and thanked her again, we stopped and took a look at her door, but I took a look at the little bird that was to the left of the wreath. And she told me that this, I don't know what kind of a bird it is,
Chickadee.
a chickadee,
Yeah.
was carved by her brother.
Yeah.
And somebody made a nice little cage for it or nest for it. But Nancy also said that she likes to change her wreath from time to time, so we have to keep watching the door.
Right, thank you.
As the bird is so perfectly, is it a bird, you think? Or-
Yes.
Yeah, is perfectly dressed for our weather today. Yeah, a white snowbird.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Right.
Well, thank you again, Nancy.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Here we are at the Glockner's door. There are no greens, there's no real wreath there, but you certainly get the concept that it is. But in the middle, if you look very closely, is probably the tiniest me. You probably guessed that a musician lives here, but it really is fascinating with the way the old-fashioned horn really replaced the roundness of a wreath and the decoration that goes along with it. And this is where Lois Laverty lives, and she is a musician. When we were doing our scouting and came here to Mickey's door, we saw this, what looked like a bamboo or some kind of vine-shaped tree that seemed very unusual. And when I checked with Mickey and said, give me the background, where did you buy that, in East Asia or something? She said it belonged to her mother for many years. And when her mother passed away, she, in effect, took it back after giving it to her mother. And it used to have a little basket hanging on the tree. And she now has the bird and stuck some fake holly, but that she puts it out every year and thinks it's a wonderful Christmas decoration. And I think it is too. So I'm glad that we asked, and she has no idea where it was made. Here we are in front of the Salas's door with something from the family tradition. I imagine there are other people at Stonebridge who bring along at least one of the stockings of the many that hung on their chimney with care, with hopes that St. Nicholas might stop there. Carol Salas told me that everybody in the family had a stocking like this, and of course they enjoyed it. But this is the one they have left. It could be in the category of soon becoming an antique. But what I think we should notice is that it's been updated for adults, and there's a cocktail sticking out of the top of the stocking, a picture with the cat holding up the glass. So it's a kind of repurposed Christmas cheer. Okay, now we've reached the end of the F corridor on the second floor and get a chance to see what Betty Stano has done and made over the years and puts out every year. You'll see the little snowmen lined up above the rail and the fabric, little stockings hung underneath, and it goes around the corner and then over to the far corner of the door. And I understand that this gets put out every year, and that Betty enjoyed making every single one of the little snowmen and the little stockings. So now we've concluded our Getting to Know You first ever tour. We hope you've enjoyed seeing some holiday decorations that you might not have seen. I'm standing here by the tree that residents helped the staff decorate. I have a little shiny pig in one hand, and then I have a lovely angel. An angel I hope will be watching over us. And as we look out the doors here, we can see that it's getting late in the afternoon. The tree is lit, the menorah is lit, and the snow is still pristine. So stay on and stay tuned, because we want to do the parade of the wreaths, and then we'll have a special view of the heavenly snow that we were blessed with. So enjoy all of the holidays, stay safe as they say, and stay warm, and we look forward to returning with other Getting to Know You segments in 2021.